Good. Hi, guys. I'm excited for tonight. So this is going to be my very first, and I'm sure maybe some of you, your first cleanse call. This is something that kind of came up in a discussion with Alexa and I that we were having one day, just sort of trying to figure out our game plan for 2017. And for me, this kind of came about because I just felt like I needed like a legit cleanse of 2016. And that's literally how this came about, because I just needed to release 2016. And I wasn't feeling excited about going into the new year. I felt really uncomfortable. I didn't want to set any goals. I was just kind of like, nah, like kind of bummed, I guess. I wasn't like excited like I normally am. So that led me to this cleanse, because I really felt like I needed to just have that fresh start and that new clean slate. So that's what I hope you guys get out of this tonight, is also this cleanse, this clean slate, and find that excitement again to go into 2017 and to have some sort of a clear understanding as to what you even want in 2017. Because I know that can be kind of hard, especially when you feel beat down or like you're just exhausted. You've tried everything. Like I know a lot of your faces. So a lot of you guys here on this call have been coaches for a while. So I know that sometimes it can feel really rough. It can feel like you've done everything and nothing is working no matter what you do. So I hope that that's what you get out of this, is you are able to get off of this call later feeling excited again, like I'm finally excited again. So what we're going to do first off is I'm just going to kind of walk you through sort of like a guided cleanse meditation to kind of get your mind right for what's going to happen. So if you haven't already, please turn off everything, your distractions. Put your phone on silent, turn it upside down so you don't see anything. If you have Facebook open or anything, please turn it off. Even if you go into like, the big screen on Zoom, so all you see is Zoom. You are free to also do anything that you need to in the chat. So feel free to talk to each other as we go through this. If something comes up, the chat box is there for you. Otherwise, we're just going to kind of stay on mute. You guys are free to turn off your screen, do whatever you feel like you absolutely need to in this time. But just, so remove everything, okay? So sit up nice and tall in your seat. You could close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you, but just kind of relax for a few seconds, okay? Sitting up nice and tall in your seat. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and then just exhale through the mouth. There you go. So inhale through your nose, and then really exhale through the mouth. So open up your mouth. Let it be audible. Really just let it out. Think about breathing in some goodness and then just exhaling out whatever happened today, right? Like this, for some of you guys, it's late at night. You might have had a rough day. Something could have happened. So on that exhale, just sort of release whatever that is, right? The holidays are over. We all made it through alive. So really fill up your breath. So now once you start taking in a little bit deeper breaths, count to 4 on your way in and then 4 on the way out. So make it a little bit slower. Keep your mouth closed as you inhale and almost bring your breath to the back of your neck and your back of your throat. And what will happen is your breath will almost start to sound like waves of an ocean. So nice and heavy. It's almost like you're breathing right from the base of your neck. In through the nose, and then just bring it out through the nose. So create the sound in your head of being in an ocean. It sounds very oceanic. The breathing almost becomes rhythm, in through the nose and then out. And then as you go through it, focusing on the breath, just start up at the crown of your head. Almost think about taking a mental body scan with me. So we're starting at the crown of your head. Okay, keeping your eyes closed, take a deep breath in. And just visualize this circle, this aura of color, of light, of warmth. It could be any color that you see. Don't think too much into it. But just let this color, this warmth kind of come over you and really just start to feel it. So take that deep breath in. Exhale, still having everything in the back of that throat. That's your ujjayi breath. Make it nice and audible. Deep breaths in and out. And then just slowly move this light of warmth and love down through your temples, around the eyebrows, and then just try to soften the forehead, relaxing through the jaw. Your tongue just kind of hangs out. Really fill it up. Deep breaths in, keeping that nice and long breath in for 4 counts, and then out for 4. Moving down by the shoulders and the neck. Try to release all of that tension from whatever you're holding on to from today. If you feel the need to kind of shake out your shoulders, maybe do a little shoulder shrug, shoulder roll, head roll, move with the breath. Just releasing through the body, letting your mind kind of just overtake whatever happens. You feel the chest rising up, and then it falls. And we move down to the belly. And in our hips and in our belly, our digestion, that's where we hold a lot of emotions. So take your time in here. Really visualize if anything is hurting. Put all that warmth right there. Try to relax through the hips. When you bring that visualization and that warmth light to your hips, see if you can sit up in your seat a little bit taller. Make your spine a little bit longer. If you need to kind of move around, remove the hips a little bit, kind of wiggle things out. And then just relax through the knees and through the legs. If you're sitting on a chair, let your feet kind of hangle, a little dangle down. If it feels better to cross your legs, cross them. Just kind of relax and release through it. Okay, take 2 more deep breaths in. And now this time let it out through the mouth. There you go, 1 more deep breath in. And really exhale through the mouth. There you go. Now keeping the breath, exhaling through the mouth, just start to visualize things that happened in 2016. It could be something great. It could be something bad. It could be something that you wish didn't happen or you wish you could change. But just start to bring in these feelings of what happened this past year, these past 12 months. Where were you this day last year? Did you set any of these goals for 2016 that you were like, this is totally going to happen? And you're like, I can see it. I can taste it. I know that this is going to happen in 2016. Start to really visualize that and keep that breath. Really think about your chest lifting up into that deep breath into 4 and then exhaling out. As you inhale, just try to visualize what it felt like if you were to hit those goals or those accomplishments that you really wanted in 2016. And then on the exhale, just think about knowing that 2016 is coming to an end and there really isn't much else that you can do, okay? So take that deep breath in and then exhale through the mouth. Okay. Start to bring some life into your fingers. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Circle out the ankles and your wrists. Roll your shoulders. Slowly open your eyes. Grab your pen. Get your paper. And I want you to start writing down things that came up in your mind. Take your time here, okay? We're going to spend a couple minutes. Don't rush through it. But just visualize where you thought you were going to be. Out of 2016, what did you think were definitely going to happen? Things that you wanted to, that just didn't. So as you guys start to move through this, really just think about getting everything out onto this piece of paper. Okay, don't overthink anything. Whatever comes on this paper, nobody is going to see. Okay, this time is just for you. Sometimes it can be really hard to write these things down because emotions will come up. But now is that one time where you guys can allow those emotions to come up and almost accept them. Once you're able to accept and forgive, then you can move on. Okay, so just let everything kind of just come out organically, naturally onto this piece of paper. You guys are going to have another minute about. So your thought pattern and the things that you tell yourself every day are going to 100% determine how you live your life and the outcomes. So 95% of your thoughts are set on repeat without you even knowing. You're unconsciously always telling yourself the same things. It's like a broken record. The craziest thing is 80% of those thoughts are all negative. So you're constantly telling yourself a lot of negative things. Okay. So now what I want you guys to do is go through this list that you just wrote down, and I want you to cross off everything that did not happen. So put a big old line through it, put a big X if it did not happen. I crossed off everything. Okay. Now, looking at your list, I want you to take sort of a mental picture, a mental image. If there is anything on this list that still resonates with you, that makes you feel like, oh, I want to try for that again. Okay, don't write anything down, just look at it. Okay, look at it crossed off. How does that make you feel right now? Now start to think about how it would make you feel if you did not cross that off. Write that down. Underneath your list, just jot down how it would feel if you did not have to cross that off your list. If it actually did happen, how would your life be different right now? it's almost like this list becomes a full list of I should haves, I could haves. Okay. Okay. You guys have one more minute if you need to finish anything up, jotting anything down. If there's something on your mind, just get it out on this piece of paper. Anything from 2016. And remember, guys, this does not have to be about Beachbody, and this does not have to be about your business. This could be about your life, because that's basically what Beachbody is, right? So these things do not have to just be about Beachbody, okay? Keep that in mind. Okay. Now, close your eyes again. Once you're finished, if you're still writing, continue writing. But just take a few more deep breaths in. If your paper is in a notebook, rip it out. If your paper isn't, don't worry. Okay. Take one more glance at it. Remember that one thing that kind of stood out to you, that caught your eye, that you think maybe this would be awesome if I could do this again. And really make it for you. Like, you should really feel that burning desire inside. Don't pick anything because I said to pick something. If nothing on this list resonates with you, then good. You have a real fresh start. Okay. Take one more big, deep breath in through your nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Grab your lighter. Get ready to burn it. Okay. Now remember, if you don't want to actually burn it, crinkle it up. You can rip it up into tiny little pieces, but just have the same sort of point of releasing all of this. You're burning it. You're getting rid of it. You're ripping it. You're saying your goodbye. So look at this one more time. Take in those feelings that you feel. If you were ugly crying, that's a really good thing, because that means that this is hitting you hard. So take in those emotions, take in those feelings, and let you know that that's okay to feel these feelings. You should be. Okay, that's the point of this. So let it all out, okay? That's part of cleansing. Okay. When you feel ready, do whatever you need to do with your paper. You could either light it up, you could tear it up into millions of paper. It looks like Abby's got a shredder, Homegirl's legit. Whatever you have. Okay, but take your time here and just start to actually visualize why you're doing this. Okay, you guys are doing this to remove, to release, to get out all of what happened. Really imagine this as that fresh start. You're cleaning house. You're cleansing your soul by removing all of that from your brain and getting it out onto that paper. By putting it out into the universe on the paper, you're acknowledging it. Whether it was a failure or not, you can learn from it, right? So by having this, when you light it up, you can say thank you for the experience. Thank you for the knowledge that you gained, the strength that you are going to bring with you into 2017. Because no matter what, everything happens for a reason. All of this, whatever happened this past year, the past few months, has all brought you guys here, right now, in this moment. And that's a pretty amazing thing. I'm really surprised Tom is letting me do this. Sabrina, what are you doing? Did you rip it up? As well, like you are not burning up the house. See? Okay. When you're done, just come back to that seated position that we started with. Sitting up nice and tall. Close the eyes. Take that deep cleansing breath in through the nose. Big exhale. There you go. Sitting up nice and tall, relax through the shoulders and the crown of the head and the temples and the eyebrows. Deep breath in. This time, keeping the mouth closed. Bring that breath right to the back of the throat. Try to create that ocean sound within yourself, right from your breathing, and just focus on that. If that's too hard, count to 4 on the way in, and then 4 on the way out. Slowly start to open your eyes. And I want you guys just to put a big smile on your face. Okay. Good. Right, we're cleansed. You've removed all of it. Now, everything that was on that paper, you can no longer go back to. Okay, it's done. It's gone. You've literally torn it up, thrown it away, lit it on fire. So that thought pattern that you have been telling yourself, those negative thoughts that have been running over and over in your mind, when they start to come in, start to pay attention to it. And then just acknowledge it and be like, you know what? I was on that call. I cleansed it. I removed it. I'm moving on. Deal? Okay. Now, we're going to move on. So take another deep breath in. Sitting up nice and tall. Close your eyes. We're going to do another visualization, okay? So if you need to, maybe shake out, relax the head, do a little, shake a shake, whatever you feel like you need to. Okay, we're going to move on. So take a deep breath in through the nose. And then just bring that big exhale out again. There we go. In through the nose. And then really sigh it out. Start thinking about the exhale as your release. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to have you guys start to visualize things that make you happy. Things that truly make your soul feel like they're lit up inside. Okay, keep that breath in through the nose. There you go. Exhale it out. As you breathe in, really start to visualize these things. Don't just throw the word diamond in your mind. Put a meaning to it. If it's finances, right? It should not be about just rank. Start to really feel what it could be like if you had those goals. Start to even think about how it would feel to get on that Success Club trip that you earned completely for free. And now you can take a guest with you for free. What would that feel like for you? Imagine how proud you would be to be able to stand there and say, I did this, I earned this, and now I can share it with somebody that I love. Or even if it's being at Summit and being on the ground, walking across the stage, getting recognized, helping a fellow teammate out, earning enough money to pay off debt, go on trips, pay for gifts next holiday season. Really start to feel what that could be like. Where are you living? What's your environment like? What does your workspace look like? What is your home life like? When do you physically feel the absolute best? Imagine if everything in your life just aligned up and worked out. What does that feel like? Stick with that breath. Deep breath in for 4. And then exhaling it out for 4. Now on the inhale, start to really see it. Imagine who you're standing next to, who you're telling that all of these great things have happened. Who are you sharing this joy with? Is it with your team? Is it at home with your family? And then start to think about where you want to be December 28th, 2017. In 1 year, on our next New Year cleanse call, where do you want to be? What do you want to be writing down and not crossing off? How would that make you feel? How would a few goals totally change your life, enhance it? How could it be different and for you? Take one more deep breath in through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Slowly start to open your eyes. Grab your second piece of paper and just start writing down the things that came up. If you start to feel lost within the writing, take a moment, close your eyes, and come back to your breath. And then continue on. Write down everything that was going on in your mind. Even if you don't feel like it applies to your goals or anything in general, just write it down. Because it came up in your mind for a reason. So it must be important. I'll give you guys 1 more minute to finish jotting whatever comes down. keep in mind, it doesn't always have to be about Beachbody. Okay. Now just take a minute and really look through this list of things that you wrote down. Is there a common pattern, a common theme that shows up? Can you find that one thing that would link all of the other things together? Like if this one thing happened, then this would happen, and this would happen, and this would happen. See if there's one thing that really stands out that makes you go, this is it. And sometimes you might need to dig a little bit deeper. It might not jump out at you at first if you're struggling. So for me, when I did this, the realization of needing to save money came up for me. Because everything on my list, everything that I wanted to do, everything that I have a goal for, where I want to take my business, it all means me investing money into further education or certifications. I can't do any of those things to move my business forward if I don't have the money to pay for the certifications. So look at your list. See if there's something there that can lead you back to the big picture. Does that help? So for me, I know that I need to save money, right? So finances. Is there something that's showing up for you? Maybe jot some things down. If anything's coming up in your mind, like, oh, well, maybe. If I do this, then this can happen. And if this happens, then that happens. And then I'll be there. And from that one thing, I want you to look at it and think, okay, if this one thing happened and everything else could fall into place, how would that affect my life? Pretty greatly, right? Sure, everything would change if that one thing happened. Okay. Now, based on that one thing, I want you to start thinking about action steps within 3 months. So by March, what are a couple of things that you can do by March that can get you one step closer? So for me, I am going to get a personal development book that talks about your relationship with money. Because I have a bad relationship with money. I just have a negative relationship with it. I can earn it. I could also spend it. So for me, the first thing that I need to do is get my mind right and my relationship with money right in order for me to start saving it. So what are a few action steps that you can do within the next 3 months? Only think about until March. Don't go any further than that. Just small little action steps that will get you one step closer.
Okay. And once you have those goals and those action steps written down, I want you to pick one thing that you can do either tonight or tomorrow. It could be anything. It could be getting a new personal development book, like me. Okay. Just find that one action step that you can put into action tomorrow within the next 24 hours. It has to be done in the next 24 hours. So you guys all get one thing? Is anyone still like struggling? Like, I have no idea what I'm doing? Kinda. If you're feeling a little iffy, just keep writing. Okay? What happens is once you start writing down a bunch of stuff, it's brain dumping. And out of nowhere, all of a sudden, you'll find it. Okay? So take your time if nothing is showing up and just write as much as you can. Even after this call ends, just take your time and really dig into just writing and letting whatever feelings out. So getting it onto this piece of paper and just really knowing that there's no judgment within this paper. Even if you don't do it, it'll still be okay, right? But just get it all down on this paper. Nobody's going to look at it. I'm not going to ask to see it unless you're Sabrina. I'm kidding. Okay. So write down that one thing that you can do in the next 24 hours. Okay. And then what I want you to do is find one thing that you know you're going to start come Monday, January 2nd. So it could be something as simple as starting a new program and completing a program. It could be as simple as getting the all-access bod. It could be as simple as I'm going to get a morning routine down. I'm going to start doing yoga. I'm going to start meditation. Something that you need to start doing come Monday that aligns with these goals, that aligns you with that March goal. So don't just pick something out of left field. It's got to be with a purpose, of course. Okay. Maybe it's starting a new habit, removing an old habit that no longer serves you. Most of you look like you're good. If you need more time, take it. Okay. But now we're gonna close. So we're gonna seal everything that you've just started to manifest. Okay. So do one more overview. Read through your paper again. Really read it. And as you're reading your own words with your own handwriting, start to see what you're reading. And don't just see it, but start to really feel it.
Feel how proud you would be if you hit a goal. How amazing it would be to throw it in somebody's face. I did it. Or to be able to move on from something. So read through this one more time. Read back through those 3-month goals, that action step that you can take, what you're going to start doing on Monday, why you're doing this new thing on Monday and how it's going to impact you, and then your action step within the next 24 hours. Okay. Now I want you just to sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes again. Take in a deep cleansing breath. So really inhale everything good that you just wrote down. And I just want you to let it all out, the bullshit that you keep telling yourself. Right? Get those negative thoughts out of your head. Inhale the thoughts that you can do this, that you're meant for more than what you've gone through, right? You can do this. Exhale out the doubts. Inhale as you realize that 2017 is a new chapter, a fresh start, clean slate. And then just release the fact that 2016 is over. You can't do anything about the past. You can't control the future. You can only control what's happening right now in the present. Deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Now on your next inhale, count to 4. Exhale with your mouth closed. And start to bring the breath to the back of the throat. Start to bring your breath back so you hear that ocean sound within yourself. Your Ujjayi breath is something that you can come back to whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, whenever you're feeling stressed. This breath brings you back center. The breath will bring you back to being present so that your ego doesn't take over anymore. Take another deep breath in and exhale it out. Sit up a little bit taller, relax the shoulders, and bring your attention to the crown of your head. Start to see that color light again. Feel the warmth. Maybe it's a different color this time. Maybe it's the same. There's no right or wrong. But you'll start to visualize this light as true love. Love for yourself, your family, your future. And then start to bring that light all the way down by your temples, by the jaw, right over the shoulders, down through the arms and the elbows, over the chest, and down by the belly. When you make your way towards your hips, start to think about where you want to be this time next year. Think about what it would be like to accomplish that goal that you just wrote down in 3 months. So keeping that breath in through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Take a few more deep breaths in, maybe make them a little bit deeper. Really feel that life inside of you coming out. Feel the warmth and the love. Know that you have done something amazing for yourself. That you're giving yourself back a new chance. That you're releasing whatever did not happen or that you thought was going to happen. And now, deep breath in. Exhale, you are ready for the new year. Deep breath in. Whatever happened, happened. You can only control you and the present. Take 3 more deep breaths in. And on these last 3, exhaling through the mouth. Think about cleanse breath in, and then a big exhale, letting it all out. Last breath in, make sure you tell yourself something really great, like I can, I believe in me, I am strong, I've been through worse, and I can make it through again. Take another deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth, slowly keeping your eyes closed. Just bring some life to the hands and the shoulders, maybe wiggle around a little bit. If your body feels like it needs something, shake your head. Put a big smile on your face. Take 1 more deep breath in with the eyes closed, telling yourself that you can do anything that you set your mind to. Exhale it out. Slowly open your eyes. Put a big smile on. Look back down at your paper. Take another 2 minutes and write down anything else that came up. Once you're done writing, I want you to sign it. With a thank you for 2016. Even though everything didn't happen that I thought it would, I accept, appreciate, acknowledge all of it. I've learned and grown from it, and it will make me stronger. And then sign your name and put a date on it. And I want you to keep this paper near you, okay? Keep it in a place where you can access it and you can reread it as the next 3 months go on. Try to remember what you felt during this call, those thoughts, those feelings that came up. Whenever those thought patterns come back in, those negative things that you've been telling yourself over the past year, acknowledge them and then tell them to get out. Okay? So you just want to start to acknowledge this thought pattern. Let yourself know that it's there. Okay? And then remove it. Okay? Sometimes I talk to myself out loud when these thoughts come into my mind, and I literally have to say, Meredith, stop. The fuck are you doing? Sometimes you just have to. Okay? So acknowledge those thoughts, come back to this, and remember the thoughts and the feelings and where you want to go. keep writing as long as you guys need, but that is all I have for you. So I hope you guys had a good time. If you have any questions, please message me. I'm going to just stop recording, but I can leave it on if you need a little extra time. Feel free to stay on as long as you need. Keep writing as much as you need. It's very healing. And if there's anything that you need, message me, please, or your upline. Okay? I hope you guys all had a great night. Thank you.